Duchess Satine is attacked on the way to Coruscant, and Obi-Wan has to confront his past with her while they fight to survive. We watched Voyage of Temptation for our Clone Wars Chronological Rewatch, so now it's time to break it all down.
Droids activate on the Coronet, attacking Duchess Satine and the senators on board. Obi-Wan learns that the Mandalorian senator Tal Merrick is behind the attack and has sabotaged the ship. He tempts each of them to betray their ideals and kill him, but Anakin stabs him in the back, allowing Satine to be safely delivered to Coruscant.
The theme of this episode is fear not for the future, weep not for the past. And I think there was a lot of the weep not for the past going on, especially with Obi-Wan and Satine.
Yeah, they have this strange history that we don't really know about.
Yeah, it starts to trickle out in this episode where we learn that they spent a year on the run together and there were assassins around every corner, and Anakin says it sounds romantic.
Yeah, apparently he drops her and she gets a scar.
Yeah. So they have this history, and throughout the episode they admit that they love each other. Obi-Wan doesn't really say the words. I don't think he can bring himself to, but Satine says that she loves him, and he says that he would have left the Jedi Order had she asked. And I think they both feel remorse over that. I mean, Obi-Wan straight up says he feels remorse about staying with the Order.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan in this episode is kind of like a possible future for Anakin, I guess, if he were to end his relationship with Padme. Obviously, it's too late now. He would have had to done that like after Geonosis, but Obi-Wan they're talking about attachments and how the Jedi Order forbids them, and Obi-Wan's like, yeah, they don't really tell you about the remorse you feel, though.
Yeah. And I like how Anakin in this episode's like, oh.
Yeah, Anakin's like, oh, you're not so perfect, huh?
Yeah.
You're a little bit like me, which is frustrating because then it's like, you know, he probably knows what you're going through, Anakin. If you had gone and told Obi-Wan what was happening.
He would have not approved probably, but he probably would have also understood. But again, she was a senator. But Satine was, what was she at the time that they were?
I think Duchess.
Still Duchess.
She was like a young Duchess, and she had just come to power.
Yeah. I mean...
It's the same.
It is.
It's very much the same. And I think that, yeah, you're right. Obi-Wan probably would have been like, Anakin, but then he would have helped him through it as a friend.
But also, I think he knows what's kind of going on, and maybe because of his past with Satine, that's why he doesn't say anything, and he kind of allows it to happen.
I think you're right. And I think he does allow it to happen, even though he's suspicious. But he doesn't know that they're going through, like, specifically Anakin and Revenge of the Sith is going through these nightmares and, like, going down this dark path. And if Anakin had just gone to Obi-Wan and said, hey, here's the deal, I need some help, things might have been different.
Yeah.
And I guess speaking of Anakin, the other half of this theme is fear not for the future. And I was trying to relate this back to Satine and Obi-Wan, and I think that they're both fearful of a future where they don't have each other's respect.
Yeah, the end of the episode is a little uneasy, and they kind of part ways, not really sure what's going to happen next.
And the whole thing with Tal Merrick is like he is trying to get them both to betray their principles, where Satine would be shooting Merrick, and that goes against her pacifist ways, or Obi-Wan could kill him, but then Satine would lose respect for him.
Yeah.
And neither of them is willing to act, and then Anakin steps in and does it for him.
Yeah, he just like straight up comes up from behind and puts a lightsaber through his heart, which in my opinion is like an even deeper dive into the message of this episode.
Especially the fear not for the future part.
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan does the Anakin, he does that, but it's like, I did that jokingly, but it's serious, where he's like, you just stabbed a dude in the back. And
didn't you say there's a theme music that plays?
Oh yeah, the Imperial March plays.
Yeah.
Right when he does it. I mean, that is showing you the future. And it always happens when Anakin has a dark moment in the show. It happened when he was force choking Poggle the Lesser, and anytime it tells you to be fearful of the future, it plays the Imperial March.
I love details like that, little musical notes.
But yeah, I think especially, and I mean really, the whole message could apply to Anakin as well. Weep not for the past, weep not for your mother, fear not for the future.
Yeah.
Like, this one really encapsulates the whole prequel trilogy.
Pretty much.
Before wrapping up, let's go over some of the random pieces of trivia from the episode. Anakin noticing Obi-Wan's anxiety over meeting with Satine while riding a turbo lift is a mirror of the scene in Attack of the Clones where their roles are reversed.
Nuna is served on the Coronet as an entree, the same meal served to Rex and the Deserter.
This was the first Mandalorian episode produced, and Pre Vizsla's character design was not yet finalized. He's actually wearing his Mandalorian helmet with clone trooper armor. You can also find those facts on StarWars.com's episode guides, and they're currently doing a rewatch on their website as well if you want to check that out. I'll put a link in the description to all the episodes listed out chronologically, but that's it for today. Next week, we'll watch Season 2, Episode 14, Duchess of Mandalore, if you want to watch along. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel,
follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook,
and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.